Hey! Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, The Ready Nurse Nay. Today's video we're going to be talking about 6 tips to help you when you are having to repeat a nursing class. Okay, having to repeat a nursing class. So, getting straight into it. If you have ever had to repeat a nursing class or any class, it's never fun. It can be a little discouraging. You can be very hard on yourself and it's just not fun. So these are some tips to just help you, keep you encouraged, keep you inspired, keep you motivated, and give you a little food to think on, a little food for thought to think on while you're taking these classes, okay? And the benefits, the advantages that you do have if you are repeating a nursing class or any class. So the first tip I have for you is to know that it is not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. You are not the only person who has failed a class and had to retake it. You will not be the only person who has failed a class and have to retake it. If you look around in your nursing class and you got probably 30, 40, 50 people up in there, everybody in there is not going to pass. Somebody's going to fail, unfortunately, and somebody's going to have to retake it. It just kind of is what it is. So knowing that it's not the end of the world will help you to not feel so isolated, or so it takes away the stigma of like failing a class. Oh my gosh, I failed and I have to repeat it. It takes away the stigma if you know that you are not the only one and it's not the end of the world. So take away that stigma. It's not the end of the world if you fail the class and you have to repeat it. It's not the end. Know that. That's the first thing. The second step, clear the negative thoughts and make room for positive thoughts. So what are some of those negative thoughts? Negative thoughts can be like, oh my gosh, I have to retake this class again. Oh my gosh, I have to sit up in this lecture all over again. Oh my gosh, I have to redo these clinicals again. Oh my gosh, I'm sick of this. I just want to finish. Yes, and yes, all those things can be true. Yes, negative things can be true. But yeah, you do have to retake those classes again. You have to retake those clinicals again. You have to retake those tests again. There's just no way about it if you're repeating a class. So instead of thinking about it in a negative way, I challenge you to think about it in a positive way. And instead of kind of being like, oh my gosh, just kind of be like, while I'm thankful for the opportunity to redo this class, because there are some people who have been kicked out of the program because they met their limits on fails, so just being thankful that I have another opportunity to take this class and pass it and do well, looking at it as a learning opportunity. Every time I'm going to my clinicals, even though I'm redoing it, every time I'm going to my class, even though I'm redoing it, I'm looking at it as a learning opportunity for me to learn and to make me a better person and a better nurse for when I finish school and be a registered nurse, or whatever degree you are in and whatever career path you're pursuing. It's gonna just make you better if you have to repeat that class. All right. My third tip is to know that you have an advantage. You have an advantage when you have to repeat a class. What's your advantage? Your advantage is that you already know what the tests are going to be like. You already know how the questions are going to be worded. You already know how the quizzes are going to be formatted. You already know what checkoffs you're going to have to do and what skills you're going to be learning. You already know the actual kind of schedule of what clinical is going to look like and what the class schedule is going to look like. You have an advantage, so you don't have to be nervous about those things. Whereas someone who doesn't know, they might be nervous about those things. So you have an advantage. And because you have an advantage, knowing that, they can kind of give you extra confidence, knowing that, okay, I already know what to expect. And then going into my fourth tip, you already know what to expect. You know that you can learn from your mistakes and improve in areas that of improvement. So say, for instance, for me, when I have to repeat, I'm repeating 3710, which is the first med-surg course. And so just knowing that, learning from my mistakes. One of my mistakes that I made last semester is, not preparing and reviewing my notes and stuff like that before class. And what would end up happening is I wasn't reviewing enough, or I started reviewing and then I slacked off. And what would end up happening, I would go to class and I would be kind of looking around like, what is this? Like, oh my gosh, the teacher get ready to call on you. Like, oh, please don't call on me. I didn't review this stuff. Jesus, please don't let them. God, if they don't call on me, God, I'm going to make sure I review everything the next class. I learned from that, okay? I learned from that. It got me in trouble, and that did not add to me passing. So me learning from my mistakes from last semester to repeat in this class again is that I make sure I'm prepping for my classes. I prep, I review my notes, I review everything on my learning plan before I go to class. And if I have questions, I can write them down because of what I reviewed. So when I go to class, I already know what's going on. Like I say, I already have an advantage because I already know kind of like how the layout is, but I'm prepping with my notes before, so I already know what's coming up in the notes, what they're going to be teaching and talking on. And if I have questions from those notes, I'll ask those during the class. And so that has benefited me a lot, you know, big time. Improving where you can improve. Something else that I learned from last semester, I would study alone, which is fine, but having a person or some group to review like the notes with and go into like a deeper level understanding, asking each other questions and stuff. I didn't necessarily have that last semester. This semester I do, and it works out so well. Even if we just review once a month, we review all of the stuff that we learned. We're able to kind of get together, improve, and quiz each other, and it really helps. Like, you really know what you know, and then you know if you don't know something because of that reviewing with a study group. That has benefited me so well. My last semester, taking the exam 1, I think I made like 80. This semester, your girl made a 96. Okay, I only missed 2 questions on exam 1. Okay, so we're gonna keep that going on the rest of the semester. I'm making only 90s. All my quizzes 90s and above. Okay, and 100. So I'm learning, but that's something though, that me capitalizing on the advantage that I took the class before, and also me just improving in areas of my study and preparation that is helping me pass this class. And it's also going to make me a better nurse, making me a better student and a better learner, and it's going to benefit me the rest of this program as well. The 5th tip, ooh, this is important. I hope y'all listening to this. Be humble. Be humble, okay? Be humble and confident. When I think of humility is, you know, you're teachable. You're teachable. You don't know everything. You know you don't know everything. And you are open to learn from other people. What I see when you are repeating a class, sometimes people can be a little bit over cocky, you know, where they go in there, coming in the class late, you know, missing classes, you know, coming unprepared, like unorganized in like a prideful way because they feel like, I done took this class away, I don't need to prepare. You know, that's cocky, and the Bible say behind pride and cockiness is a fall. So if you coming in there, even if you took the class 2 times, 3 times, if you come in there prideful, like you just got this on lock, you can't nobody teach you anything, you know, you're gonna miss some stuff. And that could lead to you failing the class all over again. So my tip is to be humble. Go in there, know that even if you're taking it the second time and you might be familiar with what they're teaching, still be open to the fact that you can still learn something new. There are still points where you can improve on, especially if you're repeating the class. Like, there's still stuff you can learn. There's still points that you can improve on that can help your study habits, even for the rest of the program or even other programs that you're going to take in the future. And also be confident. My definition of confidence is just believing in yourself and your abilities and your skills to do what it is that you set out to do. So, you know, when you go to class, especially as a repeater, you have to be confident. Like, yeah, I'm repeating the class, but I'm still intelligent. I'm still smart. I'm confident in my skills and my abilities. I know what I'm doing. I can ask questions if I do not understand. I can do this. And I'm also humble that I am willing and I am teachable. I can learn from you. I know I can improve in areas of improvement and learn from mistakes. And I'm listening and learning, using this as a learning opportunity. Okay. And then the last tip number 6 is take it one day at a time. I have to teach myself this and tell myself this daily, guys. Sometimes I'll look at my schedule, as far as with school and just life, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how am I gonna make it? How am I gonna survive? There's something due every day. There's something to do every day. Clinicals each week, pre-clinicals, assignments due. Like, it's so much. It is so much. It's intense. But, you know, yes, I'll plan for the semester, but when I'm actually actively in it, I'll take it one day at a time. So typically what I'll do is I'll kind of plan out what I need to do during the weekend for the upcoming week. And then when the day hits, I'm taking it one day at a time. You know, okay, I have class today. You know, okay, I got class today. After class, I'm going to study. Okay, I have work today. After work, I'm going to, you know, study. Okay, I have clinical today. After clinical, I'm going to go and do my clinical paperwork and turn it in. Just like that, taking it one day at a time versus looking at it and you're like, oh my gosh, I have 20 hours of work and 30 hours of school this week. I have 8 assignments due and 1 test due and 1 paper due. Like when you look at it like that, that's too much. You just take it one day at a time and you're kind of taking a bite out of it. And that's my my tips. I hope that is helpful to you. You know, if you are repeating a nursing class or any type of class, whatever profession or career program you're in, you got this. You got this, okay? We got this. Know that you have an advantage. Be humble, be confident. Know that you can do it. You know, like I believe I can do all things. I know I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I think everything happens for a reason. And you know what? We still gonna make the best of it. And we passing these classes, okay? We passing. So I'm just looking for good reports. You know, drop down any extra comments or tips that you have in the comment section. And I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next video. Bye.